I sold 7 items, all of these on eBay in the last 24 hours. One lot, 3 books, 1 DVD, and 2 CDs. I actually sold another DVD that came in while I was at my store, so that's not something I'll be shipping out until tomorrow. So technically 8, but I'll just count that as for tomorrow. Tomorrow's sales. So 7, nothing on Amazon, all eBay. And before I launch into talking about all of these, I just want to say that my sales have picked up this week specifically. It's Tuesday, December 7th, 2023. And my sales over the weekend were stronger than they've been in a few weeks. And then yesterday I had 7 or 8 sales, I believe 7. And today again I have 7. So that's more than I've had consistently in several days in a little while. So something is kicking in with December. I think that now we're past Thanksgiving. We are back. We're into December, and people are back to work, back to school, all that stuff, and they're staring squarely at Christmas coming up in about 2.5 weeks. Or 3 weeks, whatever, 3 weeks. Yeah, Christmas is going to be in 20 days, I believe. So, wait, am I right? Yeah, 19, 20 days. So they're starting to buy stuff either as presents or probably presents, but also for themselves. Anyway, you know what I mean. That it sort of everything starts selling. So it just made me think, you know what? You should spend the whole year gearing up for December. Because of course, November you're going to see a lot of sales for holidays as well. For what I sell, I'm not talking about anything else but books and media. If you're selling clothes or whatever, that's different. But for what I'm selling, people buy books, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, all that stuff, VHS tapes, cassette tapes, all year round. But December, sales are gonna go up. So this is the biggest or the most I've had in my eBay store, most inventory I've had in my eBay store. I'm down to about 2,330 items in my store. I say down to because I've had a lot of sales in the last few days, including over the weekend. And, over the weekend I had 15. I've had about 30 sales in the last few days, 4 days, 3 days. And that's a lot for me, considering that I'm not, like I mentioned in a previous video, I'm not listing a lot every day. I'm listing, today I listed 3. I'll probably list another one, a record I brought home to list, and I don't have anything else to list currently. But as I look through, more inventory, I will find stuff, but I don't have a ton of backlog. I don't have any backlog. That was something that I worked on last year and earlier this year, is to make sure I don't have any death piles that's already been priced out, that's ready to be listed. I have nothing like that. So it's all new inventory that comes in that I find to resell. I put it up right away, which is a great thing that I'm proud of, that I don't, have a bunch of stuff just sitting around ready to go on eBay and not being listed, because it's not going to make me money. But I do wish, obviously, I was listing, 10, 15 items a day to take even more advantage of this. But I will just say that even with the size of my store, I'm still getting a great amount of sales coming in. We'll see if it continues through the week. Fingers crossed. And I will list everything that I get that makes sense to list on eBay. And I'll list it right away. But anyway, let's jump into now what I have here. So this is a DVD lot, TV box set lot from the show 24. It's only the first 4 seasons. So season 1 through 4. And I had this listed for quite a while. These were just extra seasons that I had, so I put them together. Figure someone might want the first 4 seasons if they're not willing to put out for the entire series. So I had it listed for, I believe it was 17 or 18 bucks, but someone offered me 12 bucks plus shipping, so I took it because, like I said, it's been listed for a while. And, it takes up space, make a little bit of money, get it out of my hair, and keep it moving, find better, more profitable items to list and, to store. So that one's out. And funny enough, I don't know if it's funny, but this box, so you may or may not know, I don't pay for boxes or packing materials or bubble, wrap, anything like that. These aren't bubble wrap, but any of the packing materials, I find it in recycling dumpsters, of which there's a lot of them around where I live. There's a lot of stores, a lot of businesses. And so just this morning I picked up, you know, this paper here and this box. So, you know, that's kind of how it happens for me a lot, is I needed more boxes, I needed more packing material. So I went and picked it up and got a sale, so I was able to use it. I strongly recommend doing that if you have recycling dumpsters where people or businesses leave a lot of boxes and packing materials. So now I've organized these based on how old they are. These two are the oldest by far, listed quite a while ago, probably a couple of years. I don't have the exact date, but at least a year and a half, if not 2+ years ago. And then it gets, you know, these are much items I listed much more recently. So this is my smallest sale. It's $8.50, free shipping. I took an offer because it's been listed for so long. It's not something that's going to sell for much money anyway. So get it out of my inventory, make more room for better inventory. This was my best sale financially because it sold for $99 plus shipping. This is a first edition signed copy of this book, Bloodstone, by Carl Edward Wagner. I'll show you the signature right here. You can see. And it was signed in, wow, is that 1981? Yeah, it looks like 1981. So that's pretty cool. Awesome sale and really unique item. I sold another one a few weeks ago, or maybe within the last week and a half, from, I believe it was the same author, and it was also signed. Came from a huge lot that I got for super cheap that was in storage from someone that had a massive collection of signed and first edition science fiction and fantasy books. That was one of them. I still have a good amount in my inventory that will slowly sell off like this one did. So that's an awesome sale. It's going to be pretty hard to find one like this. You can find this copy somewhere probably, which is probably worth a little bit of money, but signed is worth a lot more. So it's really good to get into that niche. This one here I sold for $24.99. I bought it for $1 in a thrift store back in June of this year, June 19th of this year. I bought it for $1, flipped it for $24.99 plus shipping. So it sold within, what is that, 5 months or so? I believe it's reggae. But yeah, it took a little bit of time to sell, but considering that it sold for $25, that's not bad. Found that in a thrift store. I also found this in a thrift store, which is called the Feynman Lectures on Physics. So this is, is it going to tell me there? You can see it there. It says volume 1. This is volume 1. There's, I believe, 3 volumes. I bought this for $1 at the thrift store back in September 3rd. Yeah. And this one is from a set. If you have the whole set, it's going to be worth more money. I did take photos of pages that are underlined. There's some underlining, some marginalia, that kind of stuff. And this was a nice sale because it sold for $29. Actually, no. It sold for $34.99 plus shipping. Funny enough for this one, guys, someone offered me a couple weeks ago a ridiculously low offer. So this is up for $35, right? They offered me like, it was obscene. It was like $2 or $5. And I came back with like, I was willing to drop it down to like 25 or something, maybe even 20. I can't remember the counter that I gave them. And they, rejected it or didn't accept it. So declined it. That's the word I'm looking for. So, you know, don't undersell yourself or don't sell something for cheaper than you think that you can get it for. This has only been up since September, and I knew that this was sought after, and someone did buy it. So definitely hold to your guns and see if you can get as much as you set out to get for it. This one is the Human Centipede 2. This was from a trade, a DVD, a trade that I did back in October 27th of this year. So I traded it for some other stuff that they got in my store. And this one, guys, be on the lookout for it because it sold for $31.99 plus shipping. This is the sequel to the Human Centipede. And apparently this one is pretty rare. There's not that many copies. So this one took a little over a month and a half to sell. So nice sale here. This one came from a thrift store very recently on November 21st. I bought this for $1.69 at the thrift store that I go to every week. And it is a 4 Parks Plus One World Walt Disney World official album. There's 2 discs in there. It sold for $24.99 plus shipping, and just paid $1.70 for it. So look out for this one. This is a nice one that you can pick up probably pretty cheap and sell it for some nice money on eBay. All right, guys, this is what I got in the last week and the last day. We'll see if the sales keep coming in. I got another one, like I said, and I will list everything that I have, but I just don't currently have a back stock of items to list on eBay. But I'm really seeing the power of the holidays and having a lot of inventory. It's not about, it's about listing everything that you have and then finding more, but it's not about, oh, you have to list X amount per day, right? Definitely creating a habit of listing, but if you don't have anything to list, then you just got to go out and find more items, right? However you're sourcing them. But it's more about building up that inventory. Even if something you listed 6 months ago, well, chances are it's going to sell now in December. All right, guys, see you next video. Take care.